Welcome to the Block Sit Down. Today we're doing the One Foot In podcast. It's going to be the Week 6 post game podcast, I guess. We're going to be talking about a couple highlighted games, a couple upsets we need to talk about. Week 6 was supposed to be a week where not too much was going on. We had a lot of bye weeks in the top 25. A lot of teams weren't playing, and if you didn't play this week, you was kind of blessed because there was a lot of upsets going on. A lot of teams that we're trying to figure out where a lot of these teams rank, and yeah, after this week, there's two top 10 teams that are now unranked, and we'll get to that in a few moments. But those two teams, again, were unproven. We didn't know how good they are, and now, yeah, they're pretty dog shit. Um, so with the first game, are we going with the Iowa State game first?
Yeah, it was the first one on the list.
All right, let's go with Iowa State. This is another unproven team, I guess. They didn't really get the nod ever. This is one of the top 10 teams that lost, but again, another a team that was right outside looking in of the top 10 at 14, undefeated. They go down to Cincinnati. I highlight this game as one of the games to watch this weekend because again, Cincinnati lost week 1 to Nebraska, but in Big 12 play, and after that loss, they looked pretty well. And the score says one thing. It's only 8-point game, but Cincinnati had control of this game constantly. Rocco Beck, he doesn't have no one to throw to. He doesn't know no one to fucking run the ball. You could see them carries, them 18 carries for 96 yards. I couldn't tell on the field, bro. He was not. He didn't get no help, bro. If he could throw to himself, he would do that. I promise you he would. He ended up taking a hit in the second quarter where he got his face mask dragged. His face mask fucking damn near fucking all the way pulled to the side. He looks forward after they let go of the face mask and he gets fucking hit. I'm like, yo, they're trying to manhandle this guy, bro. They're trying to take him out the game, bro. They're trying to get an easy win against the top 15 opponent. But no, Rocco Beck fucking took 2 plays off. He was dapping up people going to the tent like, yo, buddy, you just fucking took a shot, bro. Like, yo, you might be on fucking, like, I don't know, you might have CTE instantly. I don't know. He went to the tent for like 1 play, 2 plays, bro. And I'm just sitting there like, please, backup quarterback, because they're in the red zone, they're about to score. I'm like, please don't fuck it up, bro. It was like a QB draw, and like, whatever. Nothing happened, but Rocco Beck came in. He kept them in this game, but he couldn't do anything. The Cincinnati, the only reason they didn't win by like fucking 42, is because in the first half they were running all over the Iowa State defense, and then it came to the second half, and it was like, yeah, let's just like start like passing it and doing fancy shit. Well, buddy, that's the only reason they only won by 8. But they won regardless. But this Iowa State defense is dog shit. I think if you put me in an Iowa State jersey and a helmet, I could probably guard half these Cincinnati wide receivers better than they did. But again, shout out Brandon Sorsby. You haven't heard about him this year, but he's silently been doing his thing out in Cincinnati, and now Cincinnati takes a 2-0 lead in the Big 12. And could potentially be one of them unsung teams that's talked about that can go to the Big 12 championship, and that's why I like to highlight these type of games because it can happen any week. In Iowa State, it was your week to lose. It's unfortunate because Rocco Beck's actually a good fucking quarterback. He has to throw for 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. Didn't make that many mistakes, but yo, he's the only one on the team, bro. He's literally the only one on the fucking team. He makes everybody else look better than him, and he doesn't get enough praise. And Iowa State doesn't get enough love because they were undefeated and they should have been top 10, but they weren't. But they lost in Cincinnati. Shout out Rocco Beck. VJ, if I didn't cover it, what else do we need to talk about?
Hey, I mean, you basically summed up majority of it. I didn't watch this game too much. I saw a couple highlights, but the one main point I want to emphasize is coming into this game, Cincinnati. I mean, if you look at betting odds, Cincinnati was the favorite. So something had to be kind of sketchy with this whole thing, especially since Iowa State, I think at the time, was ranked 14. So I was like, yo, this might be something to keep an eye on. If Cincinnati's the favorite, yeah, Iowa State is the one that's highly ranked. So,
Good to note. Before this game, you had Arizona beating Kansas State, Iowa, and Arizona, bro. Like the fact that they were not supposed to win this game is insane to me, bro. Like that's how much disrespect they get. And again, it's just Rocco Beck on that team, but bro, that shit is insane to me, bro. Because I'm looking at Cincinnati's shit right now, schedule right now. Bowling Green, they won by 14 points. Northwestern State, I didn't even know Northwestern had a state. And then Kansas was their only 3 wins, bro. Like how does that make sense? Maybe I don't know ball, bro. I don't know.
nah. I mean, I don't know too much about Cincinnati squad, but I know you kept telling me that they're pretty decent. So I was like, okay. I saw a couple highlights. Yeah, Cincinnati, they look legit. when I at least from I was able to see, whatever I was able to see in a way. But I mean, they in a sense they got the upset. They beat Iowa State. Good win for them. One thing I am surprised is they're not ranked even after this win, which is a little surprising. I believe so. Are they ranked?
Nah,
Yeah, but
no, they're
which is
not.
a
Nah, nah.
little surprising, honestly. Like I'm not expecting obviously to be highly ranked, but I could have saw that 25 to 24 spot to them. This is a good win for them.
Yeah.
So I got nothing really else to say apart from that. What you got, right?
Yeah, I really don't got much to say, but like, it's kind of crazy. Like I said, it's one of the this week was like there wasn't supposed to be a lot of upset this week, but some way somehow there's been a lot of upset. And like me looking at the previous schedule, it seemed like Iowa State was more tested than Cincinnati. So how did we get to this point? It just it seems like everybody just like thinking they're sitting on that high road, they're undefeated. It's an unranked team. We're about to go in there and we're about to slap them up, and then all of a sudden they lose by a TD or a field goal. So kind of crazy, but welcome to college football.
What's funny enough is in like the third quarter, I think it was third quarter leading into the fourth quarter, bro. Bro, Cincinnati was getting like flag against them, flag against them. I think it was two back to back ineligible receiver downfield, and you don't really see that call a lot, but it was back to back. And then it was a late hit once like Cincinnati, like I'm telling you, they had like a 40-yard gain, and then got brought back. They get a first down on third down. It gets brought back. They end up not converting on third down. It's fourth down. Kansas State gets the ball back. First play off the gate, bro. They grab the Kansas State or not Kansas State, Iowa State fucking player and fucking like slam him to the ground. And like the whistle blew like as he was like slamming him, bro. They got a late hit on that, bro. Like I'm telling you, this is like concurrent. Like I'm like, yo, bro, who's paying these refs, man? Like because they were trying to give Iowa State the ball game back. That's what it really felt like in real time. But Cincinnati was able to just stop that momentum and just continue to just grind this game out, bro. But that first half, Cincinnati just kept that lead and kept it pushing, and it was like Rocco Beck's gonna, it's only 2 touchdowns now. It's only 1 touchdown now, and it's now back to 2 touchdowns. Cincinnati handled their business. So shout out them. And I don't see them. I don't see if Cincinnati wins this week, bro, they should be ranked, bro. UCF ain't the worst team ever. I'll get it in a 2-minute drill, but bro, we could be seeing like a Big 12 favorite if they're able to finish out this schedule. They got a tough schedule at the end, I'm not gonna lie. But again, Cincinnati's a team to watch out for the Big 12. And now they're 2-0. We can move on to some Big 10 action. We're heating up with the games. We're gonna save the best for last. We got Washington going to Maryland, going to College Park and facing Maryland. And this was kind of a game where it's like 2 young quarterbacks, the future of the Big 10. I was really hyped for this matchup. And again, I thought Maryland was gonna pull away. They had the lead very early. I think it was I think they scored 20 unanswered, and you see the score. I'm like, I look at the score and I'm like, damn, they lost 24-20. And I'm watching the highlights. I'm like, bro, they're up 20-0. Yeah, Damon Williams and Washington was able to score 24 unanswered points in the second half. Again, they went to halftime with 0 points, so they're able to win by 4. And yeah, Malik Washington's still that guy. There was a couple of situations where he had to throw it in. It wasn't the best. But that's just what come with the territory. The offense just couldn't get going in the second half. Like after that touchdown score, it was just I couldn't find any offense for Maryland. But shout out Washington. Denzel Boston had a couple crazy good plays. As he should, but he had to wake up in the second half. And again, Washington has these slow starts, bro, and Maryland was able to keep it close with their defense. But yeah, VJ, what'd you see?
Hey, I tried to watch this game as much as I can. So obviously, I was a little busy at the time, but great comeback by Washington. Nothing else I could say apart from that. Like these guys were down pretty early. When I checked the score before I had to kind of, in a sense, go back doing what I was doing, it was like 20-3. I was like, yeah, game might be chalk, bro. And it was like hitting the fourth quarter too. I was like, yeah, the game might be chalk, man. I don't know. I think I might have praised Washington too hard. Next thing you know, I clocked back in around like I think it was like 3-4 minutes in. They just scored to get the lead. I was like, yo, if they can maintain this lead and win this, bro, this is probably arguably one of the best comebacks they can get. And looking in hindsight for the future, this is 100% great momentum now. They just probably came back in a very bright Maryland team when they were down borderline 20 points and they toughed it out. I mean, this is good momentum for them, especially since going onwards they're gonna have some tough teams to face in the Big Ten. For Washington, great win by them. Maryland, it definitely sucks given the fact that as a young bright team, you want to win, but you don't pull this one out. This is definitely a game that should have been won, especially with the lead that they had. But I mean, future's bright. That's all I can say for Maryland. Future is bright. Their quarterback has great promise. The rest of the team, I mean, if they're going on the right trajectory, they could have a very competitive team literally next year or two. So I'm excited, honestly, for both of these teams, especially for the future of the Big Ten. So that's all I could really say. What about you, Rack?
Yeah, but basically the same boat. My main thing is how did Maryland allow 21 points in the fourth quarter? Because I definitely didn't watch it. It's just more one of those things like Maryland's home. They scored 20 points unanswered. Okay, Washington get a field goal kick in it, and then you go into the fourth quarter, 21 unanswered. Well, how did Maryland allow that? Is my question, Cameron.
I
Was it?
watched the highlights, bro. I didn't see too much of Maryland's offense on the field. But if I'm mistaken, like it was just like a lot of just 3-and-outs, bro. They was just giving the ball back, and they couldn't really buy nothing on offense. And that just goes with the fucking running back, bro. Like, bro, 12 carries for 26 yards. That's just not gonna be able to get it done. The long of 6, like you're asking Malik Washington for a whole lot, bro. And it's gonna happen, bro. And it sucks that it was a fucking 20 point choke job. But bro, they need to hit that transfer portal, bro. Like, they need to hit that transfer portal. And I was like very surprised about what the defense could give them in the first half. And I was like, man, you just gotta. I'm just expecting the offense to just keep flowing a little bit. It wasn't too promising, but they was able to get the lead early, and I'm like, you just need to keep that. They were unfortunately not able to do that, bruh.
Damn. Yep. That's all I got.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, shout out Malik Washington. Hella young. And again, for Maryland's rest of the schedule, because I'm looking at this, they have 4 wins, 1 loss. They have a tough schedule ahead, and they basically got they obviously got fucking 6 games left or 7 games left, but they 3 of them are ranked opponents. So yeah, hopefully they can win against Rutgers and maybe UCLA. But talking about UCLA right here, they just beat the number 7 team in the country, and Nico Iamaleava. I don't know what he has against fucking James Franklin's bald ass or Drew Aller. I don't know if they called him slurs in the background. I don't know what's going on, but he played like they did something to him, bro. I don't know if they threatened his family. I don't know what it was, but Nico Iamaleava played like he was a 5-star recruit, like he is. He had 5 touchdowns, 3 on the run, and 2 passing. This is exactly why I expect from UCLA to win these grinded out games and on the back of Nico. But holy shit, bro! Like he's doing everything out there. So shout out Nico. But again, Penn State's offense, I'm scratching my head. I don't know what to do, bruh. I don't know how Katron and Nick Singleton combined for only 89 yards. Like, that sounds like a lot for one person, but when they split it up, I need them to play like they're the 2 best backs, like, combo in the country, bruh. Like, I don't know. I feel like that. I don't know what's going on, bruh. I do not know what's going on. I'm hearing fucking Drew Aller played good. I couldn't tell, bruh. He had to do a lot with his feet, bruh. Like, he had 78 yards on the ground, bruh. He was improvising, like, bro. He was stepping up and had to just run everything. It's crazy. VJ, how you feel?
Dude, I mean, there's got to be. This is easily the biggest upset of the week. I mean, there is
of the year. It's not the year.
The year. I mean,
0-4. I was calling them the fucking worst team in the Big Ten, bro.
Well,
they lost to Northwestern.
It's insane. I mean, dude, I don't know UCLA. I mean, it's really just Nico turning into Superman, bro. Bro just had the cape and everything, bro, going insane. Like, I was looking at, like, every time he got a rush touchdown, I'm like, bro, this is Michael Vick reincarnated, bro. What is this? This is insane. And then obviously, throwing the ball, he was doing pretty well on that too. I'm like, yo, UCLA, they might do something. And they always had that step, which is something that always, like, caught my eye about it, is that they always had that step. Penn State, I don't know what happened. Like, obviously, I understand the offensive struggles they've been having, whatever. But, like, the fact that even Drew Aller had a pretty decent game, and they still kind of lost. And ironically, it's more because of the defense, not even the offense. I don't know. I mean, to speak in hindsight, I mean, for UCLA, great win. They're like your future. I mean, program safe. Fuck it, bro. Fuck it, program safe somehow, bro. I mean, whoever. I mean, I think it was the the wide receivers coach.
Play caller.
Yeah, whoever called the play caller for UCLA, the head coach now. Congratulations, buddy. You just got the job. You're signed for the next year at least.
Well, the rest of the season at least.
Rest for sure something. For Penn State, oh, I mean, it's more harsh in the sense of now you're viewed as a top 3 team start of the season. Now you're unranked. And like it sucks. It is what it is. I mean, obviously when they did the little AP poll, they're basically at the edge of it, but it's like, man, this is still a bad loss, dude. You lost to a winless team. Now, but one thing I can also speak for is that, man, now their fate is basically out their hands. Like Big Ten play is almost basically out their hands. Like, and their schedule is not easy by way. Like in November 1st, they're coming here to Columbus. Dude, that's not gonna be easy. And then later on after that, they gotta face Indiana. Dude, the schedule does not get easier. This is potentially they could have 4 losses by the end of the year, which is something I would never think I hear Penn State say, because usually they're a scrappy team that usually get 9 to 10 wins, but 4 losses, that is insane. So I don't know where Penn State goes. I mean, this is such a big downhill. I mean, they face Northwestern. UCLA lost to Northwestern, so I mean, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I mean, I got nothing else to really speak on this. What about you, right?
Yeah. So this was a game where obviously I'm not. I paid no mind to it. It was when I finally clocked out of work. I'm like, all right, let me check the score. You know, just like what's going on in the college football world. What's going on? Here comes VJ. He was like, yo, VJ was like, yo, Penn State is currently freaking. I don't know what was it, like something to fucking 7. I'm like, what? Who down 7? Like Penn State. I'm like, what the fuck? To UCLA? Yes, to UCLA. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So when I finally got back home, I was watching them. Penn State looked like they was doing like a little comeback. They had a chance at the end, to be honest. But you know, James Franklin fashion, they run it down the middle, 4th down and whatever the fuck. So it's like, this is the thing with Penn State, with at least James Franklin fucking offense. There's always something that just did not sit right with me. I do not believe in James Franklin offense. Yes, I feel like the way they've been winning is from the recruits, obviously, and a little bit of coaching. But there is something about the way James Franklin run his offense that just don't sit right with me, and I just don't see it as being a one of them team, at least a semi-final / quarterfinal winning team. I don't see it, bro. It's all from their players that makes the play, and James Franklin trying to get creative, and it just does not work, bro. I don't know what it is, because like, how did Drew Aller? I'm pretty sure at one point I was saying that he might be the new quarterback to be looking at the draft. So it's like, how did he play a decent game and they're losing to an 0-4 team, bro? The last time an 0-4 team fucking won against a ranked opponent was like in 1985, and that was fucking UTEP. UTEP did that. So for Penn State to have this type of standard, especially from defense, bro, the defense get up 42 points. Remember, this is Jim Knowles' defense now. I don't know what happened, but to see Jim Knowles having damn near the number 1, number 2 defense last year, winning the national championship, to giving up 42 points to a 0-4 team without a fucking head coach, it's kind of insane, bro. So I don't know what Penn State do. They might well, I don't want to say they might well give up the whole season, but you know, fucking Drew Aller was at that post interview was like, somebody asked him, y'all think y'all gonna make the playoffs? He was like, what you think? Like, he got a little salt rubbing in his wound, but like, bro, what is going on in Penn State? How did you allow this to happen? And what happened to James Franklin? Like, if he isn't already both feet out the door and he just got to come back and grab his bags, I mean, I don't even know who the fuck Penn State would even get at this point. Shit. So I don't know.
They got Jim Knowles. They pay him a lot of money to be the head coach now.
Yeah.
I'm trolling, but to go back to the game, This was on the defense. This defense
Yeah.
let up 42 points to an 0-4 UCLA team that was in the dirt. Fired the head coach after week 3. Like they had a first time play caller. He never called plays in his career, calling the plays, and they was able to fucking hang 42 on a fucking head, bruh. The defense it starts with them. You pay Jim Knowles, you know he fucking backstabbed, you know these guys right here to go get a payday and go back to his home state. Buddy, you just let fucking UCLA dunk on your ass. Like, I don't know what to do. You pay him all that money. He's the most overpaid coach now. He gotta be, bruh. Who else? I don't know. But yeah, you might as well just, kick Franklin out the door, man. His ball ass ain't getting no better, bruh. This Penn State team, this was supposed to be his best team ever, bruh. They just lost 2 games back to back in October. Like, what are we talking about, bruh? Yo, he's coaching for his career now. But what I will say is this Penn State, like, if they can get this offense clicking, can actually like somehow like get it clicking to a point where you can hang 37 up and your team on defense can actually do its thing, and win games from there. But this team now has nothing to lose, and that's what's scary to me when it comes to Columbus and face that team right there, because they had nothing to lose. Drew Adler came back not to lose 2 games. He didn't want to lose any games, bro. He came up for a championship or a bust, and now they lost 2 games and are looking like they're out of that playoffs, bro. They're 0-2 in Big Ten play. I don't see them making a Big Ten championship. This is a lot different than Ohio State was a year ago, because now Penn State has to win all the way out, and it's only October, bro. We lost the last game of the regular season, bro, and we still got in because we had a great resume outside of that. We didn't play for a Big Ten championship, and Penn State doesn't need to get back in it. But now they're unranked, and I'm glad the AP voters was feeling a type of way this week, bro. They kicked 2 of these top 10 teams that's unproven out of the top 25, bro. I'm happy, bro. Thank you. It sucks that it had to be Penn State because I like the Big Ten. I want the Big Ten to be on top, but holy shit, 0-4 is crazy, bro.
Yeah, absolutely insane.
It's fucking wild.
Absolutely insane, bro. But yeah, like Nico playing like a 5-star recruit that he's supposed to. I'm not gonna lie. I thought I thought his career was done for. I'm not gonna lie. He looked like he just burning up in UCLA. He got no hope left. He might well just try to throw as much as he could. Try to raise his fucking draft stock and hopefully get on, a fucking
What the hell?
Yeah, that's my fault.
What's that? What you got there? It's on your desk.
Play callers. Play
My fucking camera fell. But I mean the whoever's watching didn't even see that. That'll just fail. But anyways, yeah, Nico, I was like, bro, it seems like Nico just gonna be throwing a rock, try to get a fucking 30 TD season, and hopefully get drafted and hopefully get on the 4th string or some shit. But now, was somehow able to be at one point a number 2 ranked opponent, fucking at this time a number 7 ranked opponent without a head coach, bro. He shows that he can do it. It was just, I guess you could say it was the coaching, bro. But yeah, I don't know what to do with Penn State. Jim knows. I don't know what the hell you just did, but Jesus Christ, man, it's like I feel away because he left us, but bro, I never thought he would allow this against an 0-4 team. I'm not gonna lie, gang. So yeah,
Feels like a fucking disappointed father, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like he left. He all right. He came up to Ryan Day. He all right. I think I probably not even did that, but I decided to go back home. Being an adult about it. You're wish you the best. Obviously you have a certain type of standard. No way you lose 0-4 to UCLA. Hey, y'all see that Ryan Day? There was a clip. Ryan Day was watching the game, bro, in the shoe, bro.
Yeah.
And he was like, "What the fuck?" So shit, I don't know. You think man? I don't want to talk about it. But yeah, that's all I got.
I can only imagine what James Franco was looking at his screen at the fucking end of last season, bro. End of the regular season last season, bro. You better take fucking notes, bro. You better not be like that fucking Ryan Day at the end of the season. But again, bro, I don't understand how fucking UCLA is going tit for tat with Penn State. Penn State had multiple chances to win the game, bro, take the lead, bro, and they just couldn't do it, bro. That's the most shocking part, bro. It's not that you got beat early and they just kept the lead, bro. They was going tit for tat for you. This is UCLA fucking offense that fucking first time play calling, bro. I cannot overemphasize that shit. Penn State's trash. And we'll see you November 1st, my boy. You got nothing to lose though, so that's what scares me. But let's move on to the SEC, the primetime matchup, bro. Game of the week, bro. Number 10 Alabama host The number 16 Vanderbilt Madres, Diego Pavia in like his 7th year of college wants to go championship or bust. He had 2 red zone fucking turnovers, interception, and then a fumble early. And I thought that fumble was going to be the start of something. It really wasn't. The score says one thing. It really was way closer than it was, bro. They had like it was like 23-14. It was in armed reach for Diego for almost the whole fourth quarter. I ain't gonna lie, Alabama just ran it up at the end. But again, Alabama, Ty Simpson, he threw his first interception of the year for what it's worth. But man, the ground game, that man Jim Miller was fucking established. Ryan Williams, Jeremy Bernard, and Isaiah Horton. If you don't know them 3 names, that's all that Alabama needs to win games at this point, bro. Shout out Alabama, Vanderbilt. They showed me a little something, bro. I'm not gonna like, kick them while they down, bro. I thought they was gonna get blown out. They lost by 16. It really wasn't anything too crazy. They kept it close as much as they can. But yeah, I think that Diego's supposed to be their best player. I feel like them red zone turnovers would cost them a lot. BJ, how we feeling, bro?
I mean, prediction wise, yeah, in a sense, I mean, we was right in a way. I mean, I'm pretty sure we all voted for Alabama for this one. But like you just said, overall, it actually wasn't like a blowout as we anticipated. Like Vanderbilt showed hope. They kept fighting. Obviously, it didn't pull away towards what they needed to do, but they showed life. For Alabama to start off, honestly, it's just a good rebound. I mean, you got revenge. I know they feeling good about it. They feeling good about the revenge. I mean, you're still going high on momentum. Y'all beat Georgia. Now you technically beat Vanderbilt, who is still ranked, honestly. And now you're going into the rest of the season like, okay, I think we got a groove now. We just kind of gotta stay consistent with it. Like, can't let up. Like, no BS, especially with how college football been as of late. Can't let nothing in between happen. Like, you gotta keep this going, like, very good. For Vanderbilt, I actually got nothing but high praise for them. I mean, they still fought. The game, like you just said, the game was the game was closer than what it was, like what the score shows. I remember just keeping track of the score. I wasn't really watching this game all the way, but I was like, yo, if I really thought Vanderbilt might have been able to score. If they could score at least a field goal or a touchdown, they're back in there. Unfortunately, they were unable to do that, but it was like, yo, they have fight. I mean, there's a reason why this Vanderbilt squad is still ranked. Like, they still got hope. They definitely might be able to pull a nice little win or two, but not the best win, not best loss, but this is definitely a good Vanderbilt squad. So I'm excited to honestly see how the season goes for them, because I would actually like to see them go like 9-3 or something, and then actually like have a chance for either a playoff spot or make a good bowl game and actually like do something, because I actually kind of like the Vanderbilt squad. How about you, right?
Yeah, honestly, to Alabama, this is expectation. Like, they're supposed to beat Vanderbilt and move on. Like, it shouldn't been like, yes, we beat Vanderbilt. It's not something you should be celebrating. It should have been, oh yeah, we beat Vanderbilt, on to the next one. That was the expectation. So it's good to see them win. Obviously, I was expecting more of a blowout. Like I said, I was expecting Ryan Williams to get one TD by halftime, and then another one, and possibly 2 after half, because they ready to slap them up now. But Vanderbilt kept it close. Honestly, it's more high praises on Vanderbilt keeping it close somewhat against Alabama. This Alabama team obviously playing them at home, and them wanting basically coming off of blood. So all high praises to Vanderbilt, and Alabama looking like they're back-ish, but not really. It's still. We still got to see Alabama get tested a little bit more to see if they're really back, but at least the board are not out the window yet.
Nah, I think we need to stop having the standards of Alabama with Nick Saban, bro. Like, they get these SEC wins and racking them up, bro. They beat Georgia last week. They beat Vanderbilt this week, bro. Florida State's looking terrible, so that's a terrible loss, but we'll chalk that up to the game, bro. It is what it is. We'll go with one loss. And, bro, the Alabama team is solid, bro. Like, this offense is fucking so dynamic, bro. You think Ryan Williams is going to kill you? No. Jeremy Bernard, bro. Like, his name sounds funny as hell, bro. But this dude is the vocal point of this offense, bro. This is the guy you need to hone in on when you face him, because he's dangerous, bro. And shout out fucking Kaden Proctor, bro. He had like a fucking 1 yard run or some shit, bro. They actually giving them like fucking runs on the offense, bro. That shit is crazy to me, bro. I was like, Georgia last week, that's a one-off occasion, bro. They handed this shit off to him, bro. Like a third and one situation or something like that. But again, Ty Simpson needs all the praise in the world, bro. He really controlling this team, bro. He really there. 340? 340 with 2 touchdowns? I folded, bro. But Diego being your best player, and he just had a couple mental mistakes in the red zone. I overemphasized that because they was really driving it, and then just cut him short, bro. Cut him short. And really just kept him out the game. Not kept him out the game, but it's like one of them things where it's like, damn. But their defense was locking up on Alabama, bro. They only let basically I counted 23, bro. They only let 23 points up on this Alabama team that's way more high powered, way more higher recruits. So shout out Vanderbilt. I hopefully don't skate off this, bro. Hopefully it's just not downhill from here. I can see it happening, bro, because this is their game of the year, bro. This is their fucking championship. This is their rivalry game, bro. Now that they lost it, bro, you know, they ain't nothing worth fighting for. If I'm being honest, bro. Vanderbilt, we could wrap this shit up right here, bro.
Yeah.
That's just what it is, bro. I'm a Vanderbilt hater, bro. Yeah, basically. Moving on to some more SEC action. We got DJ Lagway. He gets his name back this week. He actually played very well. Shout out Billy Napier. He figured out how to coach. But again, Arch Manning losing to Florida, going to the swamp, and losing to an unranked Florida team. They're ranked number 9, and they got upsetted and are now unranked. And Arch Manning still doesn't know how to throw football. I don't know what it is, bro. He gotta be injured, bro. He gotta be injured, bro. I don't know what else to say, bro. This dude doesn't know how to throw football, bro. He had like 2 good passes, bro. Like, and I watched the highlights, bro. So maybe I didn't see every single pass, bro. But holy shit, this man living it, bro. He's setting his best receiver up for failure, bro. This dude fucking threw the ball and fucking he had to like reach out, catch it, and then fucking hurt himself on the tackle, bro. Because it was fucking a jump ball and it was a badly placed ball. It was, like, bro, I don't know, bro. He got up and he was limping afterwards, so I don't know how he's doing. But anyways, yeah, Texas is hitting SEC play. They got Red River this week. We'll talk about that next episode. But to bring it back, Arch Manning, you need to figure out how to throw a football, buddy. If you don't, it's gonna get really scary out here. You've got pretty good receivers, bro. So I don't know what the problem is. And that run game just needs to get established, bro. Like, bro, they need to help him a little bit. Sark, I need you to fucking. I don't know, bro. I don't know if Wiseman's just not the guy in the backfield, bro. But Arch can only do it on his legs, bro. And the throws, he's barely hitting them throws. And Florida's looking like a ranked team again, bro. Shout out Florida. Let's go to them. DJ Lagway and Jaden Ball. 27 carries for Ball for 100 yards, bro. We finally got a run game, and then we got 28 passes for DJ Lagway, bro. We got a mix of both for once. Like, it was like, before, it was like, the LSU game, he threw too much. The game after, it was, oh, they didn't let him throw enough. And they started to establish the run game too much. And now it's a good mix of both. We got to the bye week. We got a good mix of both. And now we got DJ Lagway looking like DJ Lagway again from last year, bro. Living up to the potential. 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, the interception. It really wasn't his fault, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I think it was just a heave or some shit, bro. Or maybe a tip pass. I don't remember, bro. But I remember looking at that shit like, it's an interception, but it really isn't on him, bro. Dallas Wilson. Dallas Wilson was the leading receiver for Florida. He's a true freshman, bro. He's a true fucking freshman, bro. You better watch out for him. 100 yards off 6 receptions and 2 touchdowns. Yeah, yo, it's about to get scary out here. I think he missed a couple games. I think it was injury or something like that. But this is his first game. This is his first true game, and I ain't gonna lie, bro. He looking like that guy, bro. We got another freshman wide receiver to watch out for. BJ, how we feeling, bro? How we feeling?
This upset was definitely this one. At least I was able to see in the fact of like. You know, both teams actually have decent defenses in a way. So I was like, hey, you know what? I could maybe see Florida making it competitive. They end up winning. So definitely a big eye opener in a way. I mean, like you just said, DJ Lagway gets his name for this week, man.
Yeah.
He gets his name for this week. He actually looked good. To be fair, play calls weren't actually shit. So I can't even like blame it like the previous ones on him like that. Overall though, man, big win by Florida. Billy Napier, I mean, he still lives. Basically still lives. So, I mean, kudos to him. He somehow pulled it through. That bye week must have done him some justice. I don't know what he did, but yeah. Going on to Texas, yeah, not good. They're not good at all. I mean, Archibald, man, what are you doing, bro? It's just, bro. I remember I mean, me and Rack were at work. We saw the score. I remember Florida was up it was like I think they're up by like double digits. We're like, yo, this might be insane. I get home, first game I turn on, I see Arch about to throw a pick. I'm like, yeah, it's just chalk. It's over. There's no way, bro. I'm like, yeah, this shit is done. But honestly, Texas kept fighting. I mean, they're able to make it, I guess, close enough. But realistically, man, I don't know. I mean, this is just not a good win for Texas. I mean, not a good win. Good loss for Texas. My fault. Holy shit! Like
That's the expectation.
guys, I mean,
Not a good
the
win.
expectation was so much, but I don't know what's going on with Texas, man. They had this supposed fucking potential high level squad, and now it's just basically crumbling in a way. Honestly though, I give them hope still. I mean, they still got a great defense. It's just, man, their offensive struggles are bad, and you have to figure something out.
Zero
And
sacks.
the worst part is they just came off their bye week too. So you should usually with the bye week, you should usually like focus on what you need to focus on. Which in my opinion obviously was the offense. The offense was struggling. With your bye week, you need to take care of the offense. Bruh, you just lost off your bye week. Now you're going into the Red River rivalry, and small little news, John Mateer might be coming back for that game. Buddy, it might be a problem now. So I don't know what else they can do. I mean, hopefully they can like rebound some way. Like I could see the arm talent from Arch, but man, something about his decision making and like overall general accuracy is just not good. So I hope they figure something out. I mean, good win for Florida. We'll see how they go. I mean, this might be like one of their few wins they'll probably get the rest of the year. Who knows? So that's all I could really say about this one, man. What about you, Rack?
All right. Number one team. Favorite to win the national championship. Heisman favorite. Just went to the fucking swamp and fucking lost to DJ Ugle at the time. He earned his name with DJ Lagway. Fucking Sark just lost to Billy Napier. That is what we're hearing now. Man, not Billy Napier. Fucking Sark is supposed to be this fucking offensive coach, like offensive minded, like freaking technician, and like he's supposed to be that guy when it comes to offense. Maybe Arch Manning just does not fit whatever he has in his head. That's like Arch have not been playing to the expectation to the rest of the world, bro. Like I said, when it came to this preseason, I don't know where the fuck Texas came from. We're talking about they're the number one team, they're the national championship winning team. Well, expectation win, and then a fucking Heisman favorite Archman. I guess you can see it a little bit, but bruh, and they haven't been tested. Motherfucking Julian Sand was fucking recruited by Nick fucking Saban, and he retired somehow, some way. How come he not getting the expectation of Arch Manning? Because if you don't got fucking Manning as his last name, that shit crazy, obviously. But yeah, fucking Texas going to the swamp did not get it done. It just, where does Texas go from here? Obviously, they still got some games do something. I don't know if they're even going to be talking about fucking college football playoffs, depending on how this Red River rivalry go. So, yeah, it's just a big question mark over there on Texas. Florida, though, Billy Napier keep the job. DJ Lightweight become the 5-star recruit he is supposed to be playing to. Dallas Wilson, 6 receptions, 111 yards. I seen that stat. I was like, what the fuck? So that shout out Dallas. He DJ Lightweight got somebody to fucking throw the ball to, and fucking Jada Ball 27 carries, 107 yards. They it's a 50-50 offensive cause, and they're gonna run, they're gonna throw the ball. And look what they did when they do that. Instead of what Cam said, instead of throwing the ball too damn much or running the ball too damn much, they was able to beat the number 9 team in Texas that was apparently the fucking national championship favorite to win / Heisman favorite on that side as well. So shout out to Florida. Hopefully y'all continue to climb the ranks, after a terrible start of the season. And what better way to start by kicking down the Texas Longhorn and just building your resume from here.
Yeah, for Arch, So like VJ said, bro, his arm talent is like somewhat there, but it's just action and decision making. Both of his interceptions were just, bro. It's just like what are you throwing to that for? You're throwing in double coverage on the sideline, bro. Like you didn't even give your player a chance to even like try to get that, bro, because it was so inaccurately thrown or just a bad decision at that. Um, and for Florida, I love the play calling. Again, they move into like I think they have the toughest schedule when it comes to the SEC, so it doesn't get easier from here. But you just take the win with the loss, man. You got to be happy with this. You got a freshman Dallas Wilson that instantly became your number one target for if you DJ Lagway, and you just take that as the win for now. For Texas, Red River is upon us. Now this is where it gets scary for Texas because I feel like when a team just like you get these bad losses rack up and you got high expectations, you just bro just clear out, bro. I just do anything out here, bro. And this Oklahoma defense is not gonna show them no love. We're gonna get the review later, but this is now like, bro, we throwing the season away, bro. We got nothing to lose. Let's play like it, pretty much. Time to move on, bro. Time to move on. Arch need to lock in, bro. No longer ranked. Yo. And one team going into the preseason. It's fine. Preseason poll. We take a trip to Tallahassee. We got Florida State, coming off that loss to Virginia at Virginia, coming home, 18th ranked, bringing the number 3 team in the country to their place of residence. And it's going to be Miami. Miami's coming, taking a little trip to Tallahassee, in-state rival, and it's Carson Beck, Heisman candidate at this point, comes in, and I will say that I feel like Miami didn't have their way with Florida State at the start, bruh. Like, I feel like Miami's been one of the most consistent teams. They've been having their way with a lot of these defenses, and these wins have been looking really good, bruh. If you think Miami's going to get upset, they flip the script, bruh. They win by 30. And that's what I think happened for the second half of the game. Miami just, it was just like, we're better, bruh. Malachi Tony's been that guy, bruh. Another freshman, 107 yards, 2 touchdowns. But like I said, Florida State's offense just not gonna be able to get it done, bruh. You had 3.5 points. You had 19 points in the fourth quarter, bruh. You made it look good at the end, bruh, but it was never really close. Miami always had the one step in front of you, and it's just, if I'm Florida State and that offense, I don't know. I don't know what you do from this, man. You got upset by Virginia one week, and next week you host the number 3 team in the country and you lose. And we could say it looked good just because the numbers look a little closer than what it was, but it really wasn't that close. Miami's just that much better of a team, and they've looked like it week in and week out. VJ, am I saying facts or fiction?
Man, I don't know. I mean, obviously, you gotta be some form of fact in this. I mean, if we're being honest, I was proven wrong. Well, my prediction, I was proven wrong. I thought Florida State could have pulled this one off, but Miami, bro, they give them a nice little belt to them, bro. I can't lie. Like they basically manhandled for three and a half quarters in a way, because like the fourth quarter realistically was kind of like Florida State just fucking doing whatever they can. Yeah, they were just doing whatever they can.
It was a lot of fourth down conversions, bro. It was desperate.
Yeah. So it was like, right. But like for a majority of that 3.5 quarters, bro, Miami was doing their thing, man. So I can't even be like mad in a sense, but it's like they're legit. I mean, they proved it. They proved it time and in, time and out. Like, dude, this is definitely a legit team. I don't see them dropping another ACC game or even having real comp for for a hot minute at least. Like right now, their defense it's them, bro. Their offense is like the one thing I like about this Miami team in general is that their defense basically is like their backbone of everything. Because their offense, even though yes, they got star players, Malachi Tony's showing out, Carson Beck got a nice little revival to his career, and they got Mark Fletcher, great solid back. Overall, it's like their defense is just that backbone, man. Like even if that offense were to struggle for let's say a quarter, that defense is just gonna step up and literally carry them through. So that's why I genuinely like this Miami team, and overall I don't think nothing in the ACC is gonna stop them at this current moment. I would need to watch more ACC games to even see if there is any potential boomers in there. But as for now, I just think Miami is just not even a step. They're like everyone else, and the ACC is arguably at the bottom, if not like 3 steps on the staircase. Miami's at the top of the staircase. They're closing the door on you. They're not even gonna let you get out the basement, bro. You're stuck down there.
Yeah,
So
they're not holding the door open for nobody. Yeah.
yeah, so hey, we'll see. But this is definitely a game that I predicted wrong, and I'll take it on the chin because
Yeah, he's
I
not
didn't
balling
know.
over.
Hey, I guess I'm not, man. Guess I'm not. But nah, it's just definitely a good great showcase by Miami. So can't be mad about that. What do you think about this one, right?
Yeah, this is kind of what I expected with Miami and Florida. To be honest, I knew it was gonna be a close game, but I knew Miami was just gonna just do just enough to take the win. Like I said, Carson Beck, he came to Miami to revive his career, and there was no way he was about to lose to Florida State. You know, like I said, Miami right now is very high right now. They're 5-0. They're currently a number 2 team now. They just beat, they were at the time number 3, beat them in Florida. They moved to 2. But like I said, Carson Beck is literally he's gonna keep riding this high right now. He does not want to lose this. He wanna show these NFL scout recruiters that, hey, I didn't do the best at Georgia, but look what I did with Miami. You know, so. As we continue to see more ACC, I'm pretty sure I doubt that Miami, like I said, unless Miami come, then sleep on a team, not thinking they're gonna lose. That's how they're probably gonna lose. But as of now, I believe Miami's gonna keep riding this high and probably won't see them in the college football playoff. So
Yeah. Unlike you, I think Carson Beck came to Miami for other reasons outside of football. But that's neither here nor there. Miami just got through the hardest part of the schedule. Beat 3 ranked teams. Florida was unranked when they faced them, but again, they could have been ranked when they faced them and could be ranked right now, man, after that Texas win. But now Miami is going into the lighter part of the season, and they were undefeated now. They're undefeated and should be going 12-0 for the regular season, and ACC championship is still up for grabs. For the other team, the opposing team, because Miami's going to be in there. But I highlight a couple other ACC teams that is on the schedule for Miami later on the 2-minute drill. But yeah, this seems like a Miami. I'm placing my bet right now that they're probably gonna get the first round bye. Definitely making the playoffs. And if I was a betting man, I would probably be rich by now. But yeah. Who picked Miami? Was he the only one that picked Miami?
Yeah, it was right.
Real ball knower, man. Real ball knower. I should have just went with him, man. That's why
analytic.
Yeah,
He's the analytic guy, bro.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
okay.
tell the parlays behind this guy's picks, bro. Or I guess over there,
At this point, like, bro, you might as well just take me off the show, bro. He's the real analytic
Right,
guy. He
right.
don't need us.
right.
Shit, bro. No shit.
Okay.
We'll just take a step back
Okay.
on
Yeah.
the picks for sure. All right, it's now time for the 2-minute drill, hosted by yours truly. We got a good slate of games just to keep your eyes on. And just just add to your knowledge. I'm the real ball knower on here. I just gave him a lot of glaze over there, but I'm the real ball knower. And we got some number 22 Illinois. We got some Big Ten action against Purdue at Purdue. Kind of struggled a lot, if I'm being honest, bro. It was really a lot closer than it may show on the scoreboard. But Altmaier, put up 400 yards, 1 touchdown. His running backs right there could just punch it in to get 3 more touchdowns. They're able to pull it away ahead, and now Altmaier is gonna host that number 1 team in the country, and it looks like he just found his footing. A 90 QBR, kind of insane. But shout out Beatty, Hank Beatty, bruh. He's a guy that, like, as a Ohio State fan, we gotta watch out for because he put up 186 yards, bruh. Purdue's ass, but Beatty's just that guy. He's one of the best Big Ten wide receivers, in my opinion. And Illinois continues to move on with that terrible loss to Indiana. They got these bounce back wins and now facing the number 1 team in the country this week coming up. We got the head coaching matchup of a century. We got Dabo Swinney versus Bill Belichick. I know his name. Bill Belichick in college football. You gotta love it. ACC action. It was never close. Max Johnson gets a start. I don't know what's going on with Gio Lopez. He's probably trash. I ain't gonna lie, Max Johnson. He's the fucking 5th-year senior. He's throwing to his brother and shit. But shout out Clemson. They was able to get an early lead and basically kept it going. It was like this first time that I've seen Clemson team actually look like a Clemson team against a pretty formidable opponent. Shout out Kate Klubnik, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 250 yards. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. That receiving core actually looked like a good receiving core I could get behind. But Clemson again, 3 losses. We don't know where they sit, and probably not the ACC championship table. But for the ACC, they're 1-2, so yeah, mark that shit off. And then we go to some Big 12 action. Kansas State, they got the wheels off. They already lost, bro. They already lost 3 games going into this game. And Baylor's was 3-1 going into, or 3-2 going into this game. They're basically afterthought for the Big 12 as well. But Avery Johnson threw for 344, had a costly turnover late in the fourth quarter when they had the lead. They had the lead. They were up 31, I think 28. And he threw an interception on their side of the field. And I was like, damn, Avery Johnson just liked the thrill of playing close fucking football. He loves giving his defense a chance to try to get a stop. Well, it ended up costing them in the end. They was able to get the ball back. Well, Baylor scored. They were able to get the ball back, and Avery Johnson was able to get him down the field. They was in red zone territory, was kicked the field goal. Baylor got the ball back and scored the walk-off touchdown. Sawyer Robinson, we know how good he is, 345 on the yard. And then Michael Trigg, this is a tight end we're talking about with 155 yards. This dude is an absolute unit. People are saying he's an NFL prospect off of one game. He's a senior, 6'4", 240. He plays like it, bro. He plays like he was making the Kansas State fucking defense look like they was fucking little kids out there. Jace Brown, the other end, though, 100 yards for him. Jace Brown, we know how good he is. He's pretty fucking good. 4 catches, bro. 106 yards. He had a play where he was going to the touchdown without his helmet on, bro. They took his helmet off. They couldn't guard him. I don't know what it was. That was 2 plays where he lost his helmet. But again, shout out Jace Brown. He's able to help fucking Avery Johnson in time of need. But again, Kansas State falls to 2-4. Their season is basically out the window. They're rebuilding. They're trying to just get to a bowl game at this point, bro. Shout out Avery Johnson. And then we go over to Athens. We got Georgia, number 12 in the country, trying to bounce back off the Alabama loss, and they host Kentucky. Calzada was available to play, I think, but they're gonna sit him out another game. Cutter Boley, we got Kentucky fans saying that Cutter Boley needs to get out of Kentucky, bro. Get out of Lexington. This dude is not like gonna win here, bro. He needs to stop it. He just needs to go transfer. Like, that's Kentucky fans saying it. So that's just how bad this Kentucky offense is. But yeah, Gunnar Stockton had an interception early. I'm like, oh no. That's his first interception of the year. As we're about to get a fucking Kentucky close game, like upset potentially, I don't know. Gunnar Stockton and able to figure it out. Chauncey Bowens, we heard about that name last week against Alabama. We're gonna hear about it this week. 15 carries, 70 yards. He's looking like that guy. And Gunnar Stockton had 2 touchdowns with his legs. Yo, that guy can run. I think he was number 5 or number 6 dual threat quarterback. I heard that on call when I was watching the game. Coming out of high school, so that's kind of crazy. I didn't know that about him. But shout out Gunnar, getting done. Then we got a little Big Ten action. I don't know why people was hyping up the team up north versus Wisconsin. I thought it was gonna be a dud. I'm like, yo, this Michigan offense should fucking actually do something, right? And fucking have an easy game. Well, they didn't make it easy at all. Wisconsin actually was a good team. They scored 7 points off their first touchdown or first drive. But after that, it really wasn't nothing. Hunter Simmons, it's the guy that, like, I don't know. They have it's like a 3 QB rotation out there in Wisconsin, bro. I don't know what's going on, bro. But holy shit. And the play calling is ass. Luke Fickell, holy shit, you're trash too. But as far as this Michigan offense goes, Bryce Underwood's getting a more feel for the ball, and throwing it. He put up 270. But Justice Haynes, obviously, the Alabama transfer, probably the best transfer in the country, if we're being honest. But 117 yards, 2 touchdowns, doing it all, long of 43. This dude does everything. But the thing to note with Bryce Underwood, it looks like he got his number 1 wide receiver this game, Donovan McCulley. You got to remember the name. Put up 100 yards, one touchdown, and he's looking like that number 1 standout for the receiving end of Michigan's offense. And we'll see if that holds up for the upcoming games that they have. Let's move on to the Big 12 again. We got the bus in town to see TCU. TCU was 4-1, was ranked at one point, lost to Arizona State a week ago, lost that ranking, but they was able to handle business late in the game. Josh Hoover put up 4 touchdowns, 275 yards. That's just who he is. Caden Salter, I'm not going to lie. Just give me your helmet and walk off the field. We are tired of paying you all this money for Colorado. Holy shit, you're fucking dog shit. I don't know how you throw 3 interceptions in the first half, and this game is somehow still close. Yo, this guy is fucking garbage, bro. He's throwing in triple coverage, bro. I don't know what he's seeing on the field, but he might be blind. He needs to test his eyes. But again, for this Colorado defense, they was abusing these fucking cornerbacks. I'm not gonna lie, bro. It felt bad. I felt like I could have guarded some people out there better than they did. But Josh Hoover is a veteran quarterback. You know he's gonna get it done. And if he sees some holes in that defense, he's gonna lock it up and figure it out. And that's exactly what he did. He passed to like fucking 17 different people, and it was all catching the ball. So shout out Josh Hoover getting it done. TCU moves to 4-1. Colorado 2-4. I'm hearing Dion got blood clots he got to worry about and shit, but his blood pressure on the football field is only rising. Jesus Christ, I'm concerned for his health. Jokingly and unjokingly, on and off the field, he needs to lock in. And yeah, health is wealth, man. Like, come on, Dion, what are you doing, bro? You losing toes and shit. You get blood clots. Figure it out, bro, because you're now 0-3 in Big 12 play. Choke the season, bro, and go live your dream life, bro. Just take the season off, man. You can blame it on the health. That's just how I feel about the Colorado team, and yeah, that's just what it is, bro. Their season's cooked. Move on to ACC action. Louisville, they're hosting Miami next week. This is a trap game for them potentially. I think they're at Miami though, so it's nothing too crazy. But again, Virginia comes into town at 24. Miller Moss, he's playing like shit. I'm not gonna lie, bro. This is the only game I watched him. He threw 48 times. It felt like 48 times. Every time he dropped back, I was scared of my life. There's only one interception, but it felt like way more, bro. It felt like he was just throwing in triple coverage, double coverage. He was just giving Chandler Morris the win. And Virginia was able to pull it out late in overtime. But again, Miller Moss, like, people are asking for a bag of chips. Give me a half bag of chips of Miller Moss and you can have them, bro. I swear. But that's just what it is. Virginia was able to settle down on the upset alert, and they actually look like a decent team. I don't know how much you take from this game if you're a Virginia fan and or a just spectator, because I don't know if Virginia's good still. I don't know. They was able to keep it close and just squeak it out at the end. That's really what it is. Notre Dame taking care of business. It was less flashy this week. You got Boise State. Who's their head coach? Fuck. Nah, I forget their head coach, but the head coach over there, yeah, I don't know what his play calling was, bro. This Matson dude, I don't know, fucking 4 interceptions, bro. Like, holy shit, bro. This dude need to stop fucking throwing the ball, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. They had chances to win, bro. This offense wasn't that crazy for Notre Dame, bro. But CJ Carr gets it done. You know, whenever you watch the Notre Dame game, the offense is CJ Carr, Jeremiah Love, Jadarian Price. That's where all the scores came from, and that's just what it is. Shout out Faison. Shout out Pauling, bro. The other receivers, there's some pretty good number one wide receivers, number 2 wide receivers on that team. It wasn't as flashy this week, but they were able to get it done no matter what. 128-7. Notre Dame still has playoff hopes alive, and hopefully they could continue that. But CJ Carr's still looking like that guy. I fuck with him. And then we got the shittiest team in all of college football. I had to highlight them because they're that shitty. Oregon State Beavers. One of the only Pac-12 teams left, and I see why everybody else left the Pac-12. It smelled like shit over there. Holy shit. Oregon State lost. They're 0-6 now. Lost to App State, bruh. I couldn't tell you shit about this game, but Malik Murphy's dog shit. That's all I gotta say, bro. This paid this man however much money, bro, to basically be dog shit, bro. He spells his name with 2 A's, so you know he's dangerous. Moving on to a more positive light, we got Oklahoma able to take care of business with Kent State. You know, there's not really much to say, bro. Michael Hawkins is decent. You know, he had a couple of throws where I'm like, you do that against Texas, that should be an interception. Was able to get business done. But that backfield is looking dangerous. I'm not gonna lie. Blaylock and Ott, Jay Knott's a transfer. And these guys was looking like number ones. It was number 1A and number 1B, bro. That's just what it is. But again, it's against Kent State. We gotta take that into fruition. But now they're going into Red River. Oklahoma's looking like they're on point. And let's see if Michael Hawkins even gets a start, bro. We're hearing John Matias at Chipotle saying he's ready to go, bro. Holy shit, I don't know what that's all about. But let's see if the Chipotle rumors are true. Moving on to 11:30 p.m. Eastern start time. I had to stay up late for this one. We got the Duke Blue Devils at Cal. It was close at first. The score may say one thing, but it was actually close at one point. And I think the first 3 drives, bro, Sagapatelli, the 5-star QB freshman, put up 245 yards, 1 TD, and it ended up turning into 3 interceptions at the end of the game. They didn't score. After that, bro, they had a good first half, but yeah, Duke and Darian Mensah, he get paid all that money to win the games, and that's exactly what he did. Duke is now on, I believe, a 3-game winning streak, if I'm not mistaken. NC State, Syracuse, and Cal back-to-back-to-back. They had 2 early losses to Illinois and Darian Mensah's old team in Tulane. Them back-to-back losses, I don't know, brought something out of these guys, because now they're ready to play some real fucking ACC football, and this is a team that I think could go the distance. They have Georgia Tech next week. We'll get into that later, but not the toughest schedule to end off the year. They got back-to-back games that is going to be the hardest games of the season in the next couple weeks, but Duke could do something, bro. They put a lot of money into their football program for a reason. But shout out Cal. They was 3-1 or 4-1 before this game. I highlighted this because both of the quarterbacks play. But again, as a Ohio State fan, Devin Brown got in the game. Guess what he did? 0 for 1 with 1 interception. Yeah, glad we didn't start that guy. Then we move on to some more Big Ten action.
Wow.
Nebraska coming off their bye week. Dylan Raiola looking like that guy, man. Still doesn't have an offensive line that knows how to block, or maybe they know how to block and just don't like him, man. I don't know. I don't know what it is at this point, but he was able to get it done and make it look pretty good while doing it. Aiden Childs, throwing wise, pack it up. But running wise, I ain't gonna lie, we might have to do Lamar Jackson, bro. If we draft you, bro, we need you at running back, we need you at wide receiver or something, bro. Play the slot, bro, because that's all he can fucking do, bro. I swear, he was keeping plays alive because of his feet, but yeah, it wasn't pretty at all. Aiden Childs, I don't know how he's starting in the Big Ten. But yeah, good luck. Good luck if you're Michigan State for this year, next year, and for any other year that Aiden Childs is starting quarterback, because it's gonna be rough. Moving on, we have the number 11 team in the country, Texas Tech Red Raiders. All that NIL money. They get their quarterback Morton, passed for 345 yards. Didn't skip a beat, bro. Won 35-11 against Houston. And Connor Wigman, yeah, it was back and forth. He ended up getting injured or something like that. He had like I think it was like a fucking shoulder or something like that, bro. A fucking something in the midsection, bro. He ended up leaving the game, and yeah, it wasn't really close. But yeah, I feel like the Texas Tech defensive line could have did a little bit more. You know, I have high expectations of them, but it is what it is. Jacoby Williams and Cameron Dickey. Yes, we share the same name. But he's actually a bowler. He 21 carries, 19 carries for each respectively, and they put up almost 200. They put up 200 yards and 2 touchdowns combined. And yeah, this team is looking dangerous. Texas Tech, if you face them in the playoffs, you could potentially get upsetted. Kayla Douglas as well, getting 100 yards. Oh my God. Coy Eakin, yo, I ain't gonna lie, this Baron Morton guy's pretty good. But yeah, we knew that Texas Tech dominates in Texas Tech fashion. Now has took down almost 2 like undefeated teams in Utah and Houston back to back. So they're looking legit and looking like they're in prime position to take Big 12. Moving on to one of my favorite teams in the country, man. I fought with this team a lot. This offense was struggling early. That's Texas A&M. Texas A&M, number 6 in the country, hosting Mississippi State. Could have been on upset alert, but Mississippi State's offense couldn't buy a bucket. I'm not going to lie. Blake Shapen was struggling out there. I don't know how many times he got sacked, but it felt like a lot more. He was getting rushed a lot. He really couldn't do nothing. But Texas A&M, like I said, their offense struggled at the start. And this is Mario Craver, one of their wide receivers. Old teams. He transferred from there last season to this season. And they had a slow start. And I'm like, man, they're only up 7-3 at half. If they continue this and they somehow win, I'll look like an idiot because I was like, if they drop 16 again, they're probably going to lose to Mississippi State. But they end up dropping 31, winning 31-9. Marcel Reed still looking like that guy. Le'Veon Moss, that guy that was crazy last week in the backfield, we'll have him take a seat. And Reuben Owens II put up 142 yards. Holy shit. Everything on this offense is perfect, bro. Like, maybe the offensive line could get a little bit better, but I don't know if that's even possible. Like, they got 2 good running backs and probably the 2 best wide receiver, the best wide receiver duo in the country, and Mario Craver and KCC, bro. KCC had 2 touchdowns on the day. Mario Craver got his revenge, if you would say that, with 80 yards. But yeah, if you're Mississippi State, I do not fear you no more. And yeah, that one time upset team that could have upsetted any of these teams is looking like an afterthought at this point. Blake Shapen, he just has no time to throw. It's unfortunate for him. He just has to run around that pocket every time, bro. But shout out to Texas A&M for getting their business done, and now they're 5-0, 2-0 in the SEC, and hey, they could be one of them teams at the end of the year. I hope it's one of the teams at the end of the year, and Marcel Reed's leading the push. And now, we could comment down. We got Kansas going to UCF. UCF was once undefeated, bro. That was a long time ago, it felt like. But Kansas, Jalen Daniels, the experienced quarterback, goes into UCF territory, beats Scott Frost, and Taven Jackson. I don't know if he's really a quarterback. He got injured early. And Cam Fancher, he has the same name as me, but he's actually trash, unfortunately. But again, UCF, I don't know what's going on over there. They just lost 2 games in a row, basically. In Kansas, they're 2-1 in Big 12 play. I don't know what they do, but I like their home field. It looks very nice. But as far as the football program goes, I don't know too much about them. I don't know how deep they can go. They're 4-2. Good luck to them. But yeah, and that concludes the 2-minute drill. We definitely scored a touchdown on that one. Again, if y'all need to stop me, bro, stop me, bro. I don't got it open, bro.
Nope, I had nothing.
I'm chilling.
I was writing my notes.
Enjoying it. I was enjoying, bro.
I just writing notes, man. So
Writing notes.
yeah,
You
bro.
write shit down?
Yeah, bro. Right here.
About what? What's one of your notes?
UCF is trash.
Okay. Okay. They weren't defeated at one point though.
At
They
one
weren't
point.
defeated at one point.
At one point, that was about it. That was about it.
Man, that's crazy. You taking notes, bro.
Yeah, I got to. Yeah, my notes, not the best notes, but I try type shit. Anyways, so we good, right? No,
Alright.
no final thoughts, anything, right?
What was the news, bro? What was the news, bro? I thought of something on the fly.
Damn. No, it was long.
It was during one of the big games. Hang on.
Processing. I mean, looking like Jay Uso, running back. No, going once, going twice.
Soda.
All right, yeah. So we gonna wrap it up here. Like I said, it's been the One Foot In podcast. I appreciate VJ and Cam for showing up like always. Tomorrow, when y'all see this, the Plot Armor podcast should be out tomorrow. But like I said, we'll be live Thursday for the One Foot In. So come tune in. We'll be talking about the previews into this Saturday. We got a lot of games to go over. One match I want to highlight is Oregon versus Indiana. 2 undefeated Big Ten teams. One of them gotta lose. They're both looking good, but we're gonna get into that this Thursday. Like I said, so if you guys are interested, want to come talk to us, we'll be live this Thursday. Go down link in the description, click that first link. Should say rack, and then go click the Twitch link and go follow me over there. Like I said, we're live. It's 8 p.m. It really depends. 8 p.m. for sure. I think that's about it. Yeah, that's about it. So you guys new to the channel, you guys made it to the end of the video. Hey, click that like button. Y'all made it to the end. Also, if you're new to the channel, also click that subscribe button as it helps the channel out a lot. Excuse me. But other than that, we appreciate all the love and support. We'll catch you guys whenever we catch y'all next. Peace.